Hello, everybody. This is episode 13 of I Hate Your Opinion, and I'm proud of how far we've come. And yeah, I know after the fighting episode, our view count kind of went down. So thank you for just tuning in all the time. And yeah, I have fun recording these, even though it's literally just me and Philip having a conversation for an hour. I enjoy listening to or like talking, practicing speaking, and listening to what other people have to say. So just want to say I appreciate everybody. And I think today we actually have an agenda. Normally I think we just ramble on. But Philip, do you want to say anything? Do you want to say hi? What do you think about us
Hi.
having 13 episodes?
Well, that's the unlucky number, and this is a time of the year where people start getting superstitious. Did you know? First
I'm
of
not
all,
superstitious, but I am a little stitious.
you're a little stitious.
Oh my gosh, I was literally thinking about the joke the other day. I can't believe you said that. Thank you, Lord.
Well, it's gonna be the Super Bowl soon, and then like people like, I don't know anything about football,
I
but
didn't know about people getting superstitious. I'm so sorry.
yeah, but apparently the Patriots are in the Super Bowl, which is my team, because I'm out here in New England. So I was like, wow. And people
Are
say
you
stuff
doxing
like,
yourself?
no, because New England is many colonies, and you don't know which colony I'm in, okay?
Okay.
But a lot of like people will say like, oh, when there's a new pope, the Seahawks will win the Super Bowl, or like stuff like that. Like people
Well,
get very
there is a new
superstitious.
pope. Isn't he like Filipino or something?
Is he?
I don't know.
Well, I don't really know about the pope. Are popes
Do
allowed to
you?
get
Oh,
married?
I don't think so. I don't really know about
Dang.
popes either.
Yeah.
Okay, speaking, I know it's not really superstitious, but I'm not superstitious, but I am quite paranoid, and this is the first thing I wanted to bring up, because 2 days ago we were supposed to record, and mind you, I just want to give a little disclaimer. One, I'm not extremely paranoid. Okay, I was just raised paranoid, but I am paranoid. And two, I started my time of the month on Sunday as well. So I just want to give a couple of disclaimers. Basically, Philip and I had agreed to record that day, and like I was having trouble eating. Like I just couldn't really eat, so I told him like, "Oh, like can you wait a little bit? Like I'm just going to see if I can eat my food and then we can record." And he was like, "Okay." So like I told him like 30 minutes or something or an hour. And then at the end of the hour I was like, "I just can't eat. I can't eat anymore. Let's just record." And then I have the timestamps, okay? 2 minutes later, he messaged me back. He said, "Okay." Okay? So I set everything up. That's like 3 minutes later, okay? I call him. No answer. The Discord call goes for 3 minutes, okay? I'm like, "Philip, like, question mark in Discord? You know? Are we starting?" I wait like another 10 minutes. I'm like, okay, maybe he's just showering or something. I call again. No answer. I text him, "Philip, like, you said we were going to record." No answer. I call him multiple times. This is when I start freaking out, okay? Because, yes, I know he gets tired because he's like in a later time zone than me. But how can somebody say okay and then 3 minutes later not pick up, okay? So at first I was like, that's just kind of rude, okay? Like he said he was like, we're going to record, he's not picking up. But then as time went on and he was not like answering, he wasn't texting me saying like, "Oh, I'm talking on the phone. I'm like finishing up this episode. Sorry, I'm drying my hair." You would expect after you agree to record with someone, you would say, tell them if there's any delays. So then my mind started going, he has no control over what's happening right now. His arms and legs are broken and he can't reach his phone. So I called our friend A and I was like, something is wrong. Like, he said he was going to record and he's not picking up. I was like freaking out. And Loki, I think I started gaslighting him because I was like, he's on the floor and he's like dead. Someone broke into his house and like kidnapped him and like beat him to a pulp. And like, look, when I woke up the next day, I was like, okay, I think I was like I was a little crazy, but I think it was kind of valid because there was a there was like a 3 minute window between he said okay and me recording. I'm like, and he just never responded, right? And I'm like, it's impossible for someone to just fall asleep. It's impossible to someone agree and then just instantly go back to bed. Like you would get up and start like setting up or whatever, or even just close your eyes for a little bit, right? And then wake up. So I had our friend call him as well, and he wouldn't pick up. And I like started like looking for like the nearest police station. I'm like, I'm okay, I'm gonna call this number. Like if he doesn't answer in the morning, I sent it to Philip. I'm like, Philip, if you don't answer in the morning, I'm like literally calling the police. And he lives really close to a police station, and I was like, it wouldn't hurt them to just like drop by and like check a little, right? Like, what if his freaking housemates like beat him up or something, or like they're in some bad business and they got to him, okay? So I was very anxious and very scared. So whenever I get really overwhelmed, I have to look at my like funny collection on TikTok just to like get my sanity back. So I really when I got mad at Philip that one time, I had to like I was like calm down by like watching my funny TikTok collection. And I also made this edit of him because I was so stressed. Let me show you, everybody. And it's like half funny, but half I was just like preparing to mourn. I was like trying to cope. I was like looking at the photos of him. I was like picking the ones to be black and white and like edit it out. And then I made that video. I didn't do I low-key, I think I was going crazy. And then I was still awake at like 2 a.m. my time, and he messaged and he was like, I'm alive. And I was like, bro. So if
Yeah.
that gives you any insight into my character. But I will say, like I said, I think I was just crazy a little bit. I still feel crazy because of my period.
Well, to be fair, I would also be very confused if that happened.
Like, am I like I'm not crazy. Like I asked our friends, I'm like, it's pretty valid, right? Like I know I'm kind of crazy, but it's kind of valid, right? So I was so scared. One time on a Find My, like one of my friends, like he was like it looked like he was in a lake, but I wasn't around, so I like called somebody. I'm like, can you check on this person? Like, why does it look like this? So yeah, I have a history, I guess.
Yeah. Well, I can explain my side of the story. I mean, clearly I just fell asleep. But, but
Oh yeah, that's the other thing. I also messaged one of his like East Coast friends too. I'm like, what's going on? Like, he's not answering. I think he's dead.
yeah, making everyone worried. And then everyone was texting me like, okay, Maddie's really worried about you, and like I'm getting worried too. Like you're spreading your paranoia to all my friends. And then friend A was like, I think you're just asleep, but if you're actually dead, then you're gonna make me look so bad. So I was like, okay. Um, but I'll tell you what actually happened, okay? And it was that like usually we usually record on Mondays, but because of my personal life being tumultuous, I've like been pretty off and asking Maddie to reschedule or be like, oh,
Oh
like
yeah, and I
I can't do this, I can't do this. But then I was like, Maddie got like she like gave me a stern talking to, right? Like you gotta stick to your commitments. So I was like, you know what, you're right. So then I texted her earlier that day. I was like, okay, I think I have it in me to go back to the normal recording schedule, right? Which is at usually at 9 p.m. for me. So like I was like
yeah, my
ready
apologies.
at 9, and then I asked Maddie like, okay, like are we recording now? She's like, no, I want to eat first. Or maybe like I was like, okay, that's fine. I'm gonna lay down and watch Singles Inferno. Just text me when you're ready. And then I was watching, right? But I was getting so tired while I was watching this show. Oh, shout out to Singles Inferno. I wore this yellow shirt in honor of Chemina Sue,
What,
who
that
she
dress?
wowed. Yeah, she wowed everyone with that yellow dress. Apparently, it was the cheapest dress out of all the dresses. She got it at Zara, is what I
Okay.
saw. Yeah, like $68. And everyone else was like hundreds or thousands of dollars. Mm, but I think Chemina Sue pulls off the yellow color better than I do. I think there's something about maybe I'm not the glowing type of person. Um, it's quite unfortunate. But another thing about Chemina Sue is I'm only on
Are you
episode
gonna
five,
finish your story?
but like everyone is bashing on this woman, but I just can't bring myself to hate her. Like, yes, she's chaotic. Yes, she has like no
But
nude
you
she or
can I
something.
guess? Can I guess?
What?
You like her because she's kind of like unapologetically herself.
Yes, yes. And like she's like toxic and but like that's brave, to be
She's like
toxic on
unhindered.
a
She's unhindered.
yes, yes. And she's just being herself for sure. And also, she's very beautiful, but you can kind of tell in her eyes that she's not a neurotypical person. Like just something about the way she looks, like you can tell that it ain't the same as everyone else. So I think you can have some grace for her. Like, okay, like the wiring is a little bit different. Like, so let's not bash her. Let's try to
I just
understand her.
out of the clips I've seen, like it was just kind of cringe. I'm like, oh girl, you're giving me secondhand embarrassment like crazy. But I didn't. I've only seen clips, like very small clips, and it's like it's not even like that much on my For You page, so I don't
Yeah.
see it often. Okay, continue. That you were like you were falling asleep watching Singles Inferno.
Yeah. So I was like falling asleep, right? And then like I was trying to stay awake and I was holding on to the idea of I need to wait for Maddie to text me when we're gonna start recording. And then that became my goal, like that I was holding on to, instead of like, oh, we need to record the podcast. Like my goal in my mind, my sleepy mind was I need to stay awake for Maddie to tell me when we're going to start recording. And so like when Maddie did text me, okay, I'm ready, or like, oh, I can't eat, like let's record now. And I was like, all right, I did my job. And I was like, okay. And I just knocked out immediately.
But that
And I know,
that makes a lot of sense. Like now that
yeah,
I'm hearing it, like when you're super tired, like you can't think clearly, right?
yeah.
But what's crazy, I was completely awake and I was still not thinking clearly, so that was my bad.
But yeah, I was like, oh, whoops. Like, I caused a lot of
Okay,
chaos because
can I ask
I
you a
woke,
question
yeah,
though?
go ahead.
Did you feel a little special?
Did I feel what?
A little special?
Special?
Oh,
Um,
these people caring about me like that. Because I got everybody to text you.
well, I was reminded of I don't know if it was Tom Sawyer, or
Sawyer.
Huckleberry Finn, but in one of those books, like they fake their death. Did you know? And then they like walk
No.
into their funeral.
Spoilers! Oh.
Yeah, and I kind of felt like
Oh,
that.
wait. Why do I look you remember that? Oh.
Yeah,
Alright.
but yeah, I woke up to like 58 notifications. This person texting me, this person calling me, this person texting me. I was like, I'm alive, I'm alive, I'm alive, I'm alive. But now we're back here on a Wednesday just for you because,
Alive and well.
yeah, we are trying to be consistent out here. Even though I had a long day, I am out here putting up my best face for our podcast listeners,
Speaking of your
of
face, are you
which
correctly aligned in your DJI?
I am I am acceptably aligned.
Your eyes should be at the top horizontal
Okay,
grid.
it's like my forehead, but like when I lean forward, it's about right.
You can tilt it down a little.
All right, all right.
Anyways, what else is on our agenda? Oh, I did have a couple questions, but they're very like kind of lame. So I don't know if you want to skip them.
Wait, also shout out to our viewers. Wait, I still don't know who some of the people who commented are. I asked. Who is
commented. I
yeah.
think the point is that we don't know. Is it not?
But friend A was like, you really don't know who that is, so I was kind of confused.
It
But
it's him.
that's friend A,
Yes,
the
he was like
mayo
so
lover.
delicious. Yes, and then he looked at your picture and he was like, "It's so delicious." What are you talking about? Of course, that's him.
But why does he have multiple YouTube accounts?
Oh, are you talking about on YouTube?
Yeah. Well, I don't want to dox
Oh,
anyone.
it's probably him. Wait, I don't. I'm confused now. I thought
Yeah.
it was on the forum.
Well, I
That
just
was
wanted to
really
shout out our viewers who leave comments, but I also want to shout out our viewers who do not leave comments because I'm aware that there are a few of you out there who are
I'm
listening
not
to
shouting
every
you out.
episode, but they don't want to comment, which is so fine. I see you. I see you. I just wanted to
I
say
don't
that.
because you're not commenting.
Well, I do. All right, ask me questions.
Okay, I did have a couple. Philip is the one who always adds questions in our notes thing, but I had this thought, and I've always meant to like ask people, but I finally remembered to write it down. Okay, do you think it'd be weird to like? I know you don't have a pet, but if you had a pet and say it like passed away, like when you were younger, and it had like a human name, and then you had a kid, would it be weird to like name that kid the same name as your pet, or even like the middle name? What do you
Um,
think? Is that weird?
I don't think it's weird. And the only reason I don't think it's weird is because, like, what can you really name your kid at this point? Because what I think is weird is naming your kid the same name as, like, some random acquaintance that you know, right?
Okay,
Like,
that is a little weird. Like it's like naming them after, unless you're very intentionally naming them after that person, then that's kind of
yeah.
strange.
So I
Okay,
think
cuz
it's
okay,
better
that's
to,
true
yeah,
because imagine you have a friend and you really like their name, but they're not like your super close friend and you're like, "I
yeah,
really like that name." You're like,
yeah,
and then they get a big head and they're like, "Oh, you named your kid after me. I didn't know you like to be
yeah.
like that." And it's like, you know? But the pet thing, what do you think? If you're a non-commenter, I really want you to comment now. I want to know your thoughts. Is it weird to like name your kid after a pet that you had?
Mm, I guess it is weird because, like, you're kind of like the pet spirit is living on in your kid, but like that's not really what you want. Like your kid is not your pet. It's a very
Yeah,
independent person.
I think that
So,
the part that's like would
yeah.
be weird is like your pet is also like a more inferior human being to your human child, right? So like it's
Right.
kind of like not demeaning them, but like indirectly demeaning them. And also it's like, can you let your kid have their own identity? But it's like if it was like a really young childhood pet and like you weren't really like sentient to like take care of it, then maybe, you know?
Yeah. Okay, but what about this? What if you were naming your kids after your exes?
Like if your ex had a really cool, like awesome name,
Yeah,
but
and you
it's
know
like or
like
you did it on
Ariana
purpose because
Grande
it's your
has
ex.
a very healthy perspective on her exes, right? She says thank you to them. Like she acknowledges the role that they played in her life and the things that they gave her, right? So it's like so you had all this love for someone, your ex, and then where does that
Yeah.
love go? It has no place to go. But then now you have a kid and then you're like, this ex taught me love and I think my child like what I feel for my child is love. Therefore, you can be named Pete Davidson. But
Like what if you name him Peter David and David's like his middle name and he's your
yeah,
son?
yeah. Cuz I feel like the old way of looking at your exes,
I feel
like
like
this
it
is
depends on how big
yeah,
of an impact they made. Like if they
yeah,
were just kind of like a nice person to you, okay, that's a little overkill. But if they like saved your life or something, or they
yeah.
like, really changed your life, or they passed away or something like that, I think that's valid.
But yeah, I feel like there's like a conservative way to think of your exes, right? Which is like forget about them, like delete all the photos, like pretend they didn't exist, right? And
I
like
really think like people who treat their exes like that, I if they're like a really bad person, then sure. But it's kind of like if they were just like like they were just like kind of a I mean, everyone's a bad human being. So if they were just like a little bit like incompatible and did you dirty a little bit, like I think it's overkill. Like you should be able to learn to move on. And I know it's not the case for everybody, but that's my general like for normal people,
Yeah.
my
But
perspective.
like I don't know, like I feel like I like hold on to that conservative mindset, like not necessarily for myself, but for others. Like I want you if I'm dating you, like forget about him, you know? But like I think
Oh, really?
the new progressive way is like being open about it and being like, you know, the past I don't regret anything I've done in my past. Like they all taught me wonderful lessons, you know, like I will cherish the memories, but I will also move on, right? And so like I think there's like two approaches to this. But I feel like if you have that, I feel like okay, yeah, like if 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 one ex taught you patience and one ex taught you pain and one ex taught you love
Okay,
and
I
one
don't want to
ex you
learn the pain
almost got
lesson.
married to, and then like you
That's not
have your
even a lesson.
child, and it's like kind of a beautiful thing, like this person I once had so much love for, like I'm
But then I
like
think you need to like kind of move on. It's kind of like the same as like if you had a pet that you really really loved and you're like I have to name my kid after my pet. It's like you kind of got to move on.
but it doesn't make sense like you know like we both love friend A, right? But then if I name my kid friend A, like it doesn't make sense because like friend A is still alive. Like I'm still giving my love to friend A, and then like that same love needs to be redirected to my child. But for your ex, like that outlet isn't there. So then
But
like
that's kind of weird
it
to
gets
like
redirected.
for your kid to have like a dad and then you're like, "Hey son, you're named after my like who I dated before your father." Like isn't that a little weird? Maybe if it's isn't that kind of weird?
Well, I assumed it would be a controversial take. I don't even support it, but I'm surprised you're entertaining it.
No, I mean like it's
Yeah,
true. Like Ariana Grande, like if she genuinely learned a lot from that person,
yeah.
and she felt like she needed to like she liked them and like there's not really any boundary and like the dad is okay with it, then like sure it's a like if Pete was like a really cool awesome name, then like go ahead. Like it's kind of I just like that name and you know I'm glad it's like kind of like
It reminds me of the
I don't
good
know.
times.
Yeah, but still, it's like like if you're the dad and your wife named your son after her ex, every time you call Peter David, like you're gonna think about like you're gonna think about it and you're like,
Yeah.
oh, you know?
I think I think it would be very appropriate if your ex died, you know.
If they died, then
Yeah.
sure. But that's kind of an extreme scenario. Like I would name my daughter after like one of my close friends, like someone I love very much.
Like
Maybe not a
Philip.
man. No.
Wait, we
Um,
had a deal
I
where you were gonna name one of your children after me if I did something, but I forget what it was. Do you remember?
it was it was oh when we had the hinge challenge
Oh, the Hinge
in
challenge. Yeah.
yes and then the deal was like it was kind of a joke if I remember correctly.
I
You were
remember
like
now.
if this results in you finding like your soulmate or like the love of your life, then you name your firstborn son after me. And then I was like, okay, middle name. And then we were like, deal. I really would have done it if it happened, but I had so much faith that it wouldn't happen that I was like, okay, sure. And Philip is a good name.
Is
That's
it?
Hamilton's son's name.
Like, dude, when people call me Philip, like it doesn't process. I'm like, oh yeah, that's my name. Like I don't know, something about my name. I don't know. I don't know how I feel about my name. Like when people say my full name, it like feels cringe. Like
Say your full. Oh no. Do you want to say your full
Philip,
name out loud?
Philip, Philip, Philip. Like I don't know. At this point, I would prefer if people call me by some nickname, like or like don't address me by my name. But
Hey,
that's like
you.
a weird thing. Yeah.
But people say like if you really want to make someone feel seen and loved, you call them by their name instead of like, "Hey, can you do this?" You're like, "Philip, can you do this for me?" And like verbally in a
Mm,
conversation.
yeah.
Or like
Oh,
actually I think that's a flirting tactic. It's like to say their
mm.
name. It like makes them more attracted to you.
I think I haven't shared this in the podcast. I might have shared it before, but in New England, people will automatically shorten your name and they like try to be chummy with you. So like, hey, my
Specifically
name's
New England,
yeah,
the
because it
East
doesn't
Coast.
happen to me in California, but I'll be like, yeah, my name's Philip. How are you? It's like, hey, Phil, what's up? And like I never gave you permission to call me Phil, but they always do it, and then like I guess it works. Like I don't mind. Like sure, you can call me Phil,
Does
but
that work with my name? Like if I was like, "Oh, hey, I'm Madison." They're going to be like, "Hey, Maddie." Like it seems a little too different whereas Philip is like
yeah,
Daniel is Dan, you know?
yeah, um, yeah, it's strange. But I think when I was a kid, I didn't like being called Phil because like it was attached to
Phil's
like Phil of
coffee.
the future.
It's
Um,
not you. It's not you. Phil is not you. You're Philip.
but people call me Phil out in the
Yeah, and then
East.
and then and then that's when you say, "Hey, I didn't give you permission to say that. Take it back."
No, actually, I go by lip, the second consonant.
That's actually that would make it so awkward. And then they'd be like, I feel like if someone said that to me, I'd be a little scared. I'd be like, okay, lip.
Yeah. Wait, what were we talking about before this? I forgot. I feel like I was gonna say something interesting.
Naming your kid after your ex.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
we
this is
said
making me.
if they were dead, it would be appropriate if you named your kid after your like ex who was dead, or like not even ex, like maybe they died while you were um,
There
dating
is
them,
something.
um, or even if they died while they were being your ex. Because, like, I feel like part of the reason why it's weird is because your ex is living their own life and they're, like, probably getting married to someone else, right?
Yeah,
So, yeah.
there's like okay, now
But if
you
they're
want a string
dead,
attached and it's the
yeah,
form of our child.
yeah,
If it's like a fish, okay, go for it. You know, it's like I wouldn't
yeah,
even do that for like a dog. Actually, maybe my husband would like that. It's like, yeah, name our stinking dog after your ex or something like that.
yeah. But, like, I don't know. At this point, you know how, like, all the Asians have the same names? Like, that's a stereotype.
But
Like,
that's like back then though. It's like, are we gonna keep naming our kids after
no, we're
Daniel and
not. But
Esther and
because that's the first generation immigrant naming their kids. Like they're trying to choose like a cool or like a normal name, English name for their children, right? But now the children of the immigrants, they need to choose like they don't like being all Daniel Kim or whatever, David Kim, Jessica, whatever. They all want to have their own names now or like they don't like this experience of growing up with the same name as everyone else. So then they're all going to name their kids something unique, right? So, I don't know. I don't
do you
know.
have kid names? I've had a
I'm
list since I was like 18,
yeah, in your notes app.
of course.
Um, I would name my kids after like um
Cheminasu.
yeah, or like I don't know, like strange flowers or like characters
Chrysanthemum.
in
Have you read that book of the little
Chrysanthemum.
mouse
I have
girl?
read that book,
Chrysanthemum.
Chrysanthemum.
I used to read
Um,
that book all the time.
I forgot. Oh, I don't even know how to pronounce this flower. It's like Freesia, 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 Frieza.
Frisia. That sounds like some kind of like superhero's name.
It's the villain in Dragon Ball Z, Frieza. But but Freesia, Freesia, is a type of flower, but it's also the name of like a manga I read when I was in high school, and it like left an impact on me. But it's also very deranged, so I don't think I would want to name my kid that. But like I just think it's interesting because it's like a flower. It's a word that sounds cool. It's not a common name, so I think that's the direction I would go in, like something
I don't think it has to
unique.
be like super meaningful, but I feel
You
like
know.
the ones that I have, it's like banking on me having two daughters. And then for a son, I have like one, but like son like boy names are so kind of boring to make up, you know.
I think you know how your name is Madison.
Yeah.
But like, why would you want to put that on your kid? Like to be mad. So I would name, if I were you, I would name my kid Happyson. Yeah. What do you think about that?
I think that was a major mood killer.
If not happy,
Oh my gosh, I
like
just got vertigo.
Gladison.
How does this happen to me?
Um, yeah, or if not that, I was thinking I might name them after a league champion, like a collie or
A
Seraphine.
collie?
Yeah.
Boy, you're not Japanese. I was like thinking about it. I was like, is there like a usable like lead character name? But there are a lot, like Gwen, Caitlyn, Katarina,
But they're all
Tom,
good.
Kench.
Like I would want my child's name to be like a league character name. That's not an actual league
Volley
character name.
Bear.
Mm,
What's the most diabolical one? Like
Yeah.
genuinely. What's the most diabolical league champ name that you could name your kid?
I don't really know.
Fiddlesticks.
That'd be crazy. But like, yeah, like I want them to sound like a video game champion, even though it's not actually a video game champion. You know what I'm saying?
Ash.
Ash from Paladin.
Ash is a name. Akshan is a name.
Didn't you
Cosplay.
date someone named Akshan?
No, close. Annie is obviously. I can't believe I forgot about Annie. Like Annie is a name. Aurora. Name somebody freaking Blitzcrank. Hey, like you're like look reading down the attendance sheet. You're like, okay, Anna, Kim, Bard. Camille is a name. I'm looking. Is Darius a name? Right?
Yeah.
Diana. I'm reading. Elise, Evelyn. These are very normal names. I like the name Evelyn. She's kind of a strange person. Fiora is a name, is it?
I think it is. But I think
Dude,
if
name
I
your
were,
kid Gragas.
oh my gosh. But if I were to name my kid like a semi-normal name, like I would do what
Heimerdinger.
black people do. You know, they like change the spelling of it, and like
White people
it's
do that
just
too.
spelled-
You know, like Michele or something.
Yeah.
They do EIGH.
And I would just do that to
Braden, like,
trip
with a
everyone
Y.
up.
That's so funny.
But
What's
I
another
feel like the
funny
problem
name?
with English names is that they have no meaning. Like, there's no meaning to the name. It's just how you like how it sounds. Like it's just
What's
so
your
like
Korean
dumb.
name?
I don't want to dox
Phillip?
myself.
Why is that doxing yourself? Who calls you by that?
Nobody. Which is why it's like I don't want people to know what my Korean name is, and like random people call me by
Oh.
my Korean name.
Mine's Yeun.
Yen?
Yeun.
Yen? That's not you, Maddie.
Kang Yeun.
Yen is
No
too
one has
soft,
ever
girl.
called, like, literally, nobody has called me that except for, like, one Korean teacher in college. But he would always end up calling me Maddie. And I'm like, boy, we literally in Korean class, like, call me in, please.
Yeah. Nobody calls me by my
Lucian
Korean
is a name. Lulu is a name.
Oh, Lulu.
Mel is a name.
Remember, there was a woman named Lulu on my Hinge.
Nyla is a cute name. Nyla.
It is. Anyway, let's move on from League. Let's talk about something else.
Okay. My second question was, what's your favorite Panic at the Disco songs? I'm just
Well-
like interviewing you at this point.
Well, to get into why, like, I really got into Panic at the Disco, right? And definitely the first song that I was, like, aware of was I Write Sins, Not Tragedies. And something about those, yeah, those vermicelli strings. Not vermicelli. Viridian?
Vermicelli noodles?
What's the word I'm
It
looking
kind
for?
of that does kind of sound like if you played vermicelli noodles, that's the sound
Yeah,
they would make.
yeah. I don't know what I think I'm looking for a word that starts with V, but it's like describing the type of string that is being used in that song. Ba-da-dun, ba-da, ba-da-dun. I chimed in with, haven't you people ever heard of closing the
Closing the
damn
curtain.
door? No, it's better to face these kinds of things with a sense of poison rationality. But like definitely that song had a big impact on me because I think back then I was like a pretty sheltered kid and like I was under the impression that mainstream music was like devil work, you know. But then like something about this like pierced through that wall. Like I was like curious. I wanted to know more. Like no more 95.9 The Fish. I want to hear I write sins not tragedies. So,
Wait, that's funny. Like growing up,
yeah.
my mom would always play Kiss FM. So like all the songs that I knew growing up was like Usher and like Neo and like all these like it'd be about like throwing a girl on their bed and like doing crazy stuff, and I'd be like, what? I'd be like singing the lyrics. I'm like 8 years old.
Yeah. But you don't know what it's talking about back then, so it's kind of fun.
Yeah, there was a song. It's called Scream. Who is it by? Is it by
I don't know.
Usher? But like it's like he's like saying like we're gonna go dancing like and I'm gonna make you scream, and obviously you know what that means. Like I listened to it again and the lyrics are very explicit. It's like very obvious. But when I listen to it like on my little MP3 player, I'd be like, oh my gosh, like they're gonna have an awesome time. They're gonna have so much fun dancing together, and they're like partying it up. And that's what I thought. And I listened to it again, and I was like, oh, I didn't know what any of that meant. Like, how could it just go over my head like that?
Yeah.
So I'm kind of opposite. I listen to kind of bad music, but sorry,
Mm,
continue. I interrupted you.
yeah. It's okay. But I think after I listened to I Write Sins Not Tragedies, I started getting into the loop, not the loophole, the something hole, um, the rabbit hole, the rabbit hole of Panic at the Disco, right? And then definitely my favorite albums are their first two albums. And I think the other song that left a big impact on me was dun 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 boo. Back to the street where we began. Singing was good as long as we I don't know the words anymore.
What song is that?
Back to the street where we began. Singing like lovers can, you know. Boom, boom, boom. It's
What's it
night in the
called?
afternoon.
Oh,
Your eyes are the size of the moon. It's good 'cause you can and it's true. Feeling so good, just the way
is
that you
that one your
do.
favorite?
It's 9 in the afternoon.
Is that
Yeah,
one your favorite?
yeah. But at some point, I'm pretty sure I knew every single song from the first two albums.
Oh my gosh, when you come back, let's when we're in the car, let's listen to it.
Yeah. And avid podcast listeners might know, but like I'm a big fan of Ryan Ross, who was the founder, one of the founders of Panic at the Disco. And Brendan Urie was actually brought on later, but then they split. And then Brendan Urie took the name, he kept the name Panic at the Disco. And then Ryan Ross went for like a more Beatles route, but then he kind of fell off, which is kind of sad. But I connected with Ryan. So yeah. What's your favorite?
This I like this album, Vices and
Mm,
Virtues. Is this
mm.
what's their first album?
Their first album
Fever You Can't
is,
Sweat Out?
yeah, Fever You Can't Sweat Out. And the second one is I don't know. I don't remember the name. Pretty odd. Things are shaping up to be pretty odd. Ba-da-da-da-da-da-da.
I like the Vices and Virtues album. I like I think I like almost all of the ones from that album, but my sister knows mine. Like my favorite one is Ballad of Mona Lisa. I think that one's really fun to sing. Do you know that one?
Oh, Mona Lisa.
Yes. I also really like. I'm looking at it. Yeah, I like all of these. Ballad of Mona Lisa. I like Let's Kill Tonight. hurricane, memories, trade mistakes, the calendar. Those are all really good. Um, but yeah, I was just curious what your favorite one was. So now we're 40 minutes in, and Philip started something cool. Do you want to introduce it?
Sure. We started a mailbox, so we can call this Mailbox Mondays. I want you to submit your anonymous questions or comments into our anonymous mailbox, and we already have many, many submissions. Do you want to pull them up, Maddie?
What's
But
the
we're
mail
gonna
song
the mail
from
song?
Blues from from Blues Clues? There's a
I
mail
don't
song.
know.
Anyways, okay, yeah, I'll pull it up.
All right. And so we're going to answer your questions.
let's let's go in. I'm just gonna go in order. Actually, did you already make a spreadsheet?
No.
Okay, I'm gonna
Um
create a spreadsheet.
well, I feel like I wanted to create a spreadsheet and I feel like I did, but I couldn't find it, so maybe I didn't.
Open. Okay.
But definitely if you want to submit, we have 15 responses from what?
Why so shocked?
Like is it our friend A? It's all from our friend A?
Last time I checked, there were like 11 or 12.
There's 15.
Okay, I'll open my computer as well,
Okay.
so I can look on
Well,
the spreadsheet.
check the description below for the link to the anonymous mailbox. And we are going to, this is basically free therapy from people who are more qualified than
This is
the
like those like
therapists.
columns, right? Like in like
Yeah.
newspapers.
Yes, yes, yes.
But I think some of the questions were just like curious about us. So,
Yeah.
can you, since you're in charge, since you started it, um, you
But
can.
we should really be charging for this, so you better
We beg people to comment and subscribe, bro. You think we're in a place to start charging?
wait, but don't you think our insights are so valuable?
I don't think so. Let's just start.
Wait, I need to change the wrapping that it Okay.
Yeah.
All
Thank you
right,
so
here we go.
much.
So we have our first submission from Miss Beaver, who asked, would you rather marry someone who understands you fully emotionally, but you don't really have much fun with them, or someone who makes you laugh super hard and you have so much fun with them, but they don't really understand you emotionally? Very good question,
This
Miss
sounds like a
Beaver.
targeted question. This sounds like the reason why this sounds like a targeted question is because those are like the two things I want in like a person. So I think whoever asked this was thinking about me. I mean that's a good question,
Yeah, what do
and
you think,
obviously I
Maddie?
can't. It's difficult for me to answer. Can you just answer first? Let's think.
Mm, the thing
I feel like
is,
your answer is obvious. I think.
is it obvious? I
Mm-hmm.
think I think what you think I'm gonna say is that I want someone who understands me fully emotionally, right?
Mm-hmm.
But they don't make me laugh, which is okay. I think that's fine, but like obviously they need to have other attributes that kind of like make up for it, that they're not funny. But the thing is, like I feel like for myself, in terms of being fun, I'm like the sun, and then the other partner is like the moon, right? So like I'm just so
Oh my
fun,
god, I
and
thought you
then
were gonna
they
say
like
like
reflect it back.
SON son.
No, no, no,
Okay,
like
that makes
SUN
sense.
sun. So I'm very fun, I'm very funny, I have my jokes, and then they just need to reflect it back, and then I'll be like ha 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 ha. So I think that's okay. And the other thing is like you can you can hang out with your friends too to have fun. And like think about it. Like why do comedy shows sell out? It's clearly because and like why is that a good place to go for a date? It's because the two people don't find each other that funny, so they're gonna go to a third party to make them laugh. Like that is completely acceptable. And yeah, it would be
That's
much more
crazy.
ideal if you found yourself funny or you found each other funny, but then Marcelo Hernandez would be out of a job, and we don't want that, you know. So
He's pretty funny.
go for
Um,
fully emotional understanding.
yeah, I would pick that too because I mean, like when I think about it, like I understand why like this is a targeted question because for so long I've been like they have to be funny, they have to be funny, or like they have to think I'm funny. And I feel like there's a general misconception that people think I genuinely think that. But like after like living a little, like I have so much fun by myself too. Like I think the reason why I always say I'm so funny is because I'm the funniest person I know. And like I crack myself up just like doing random things like when I'm on my own or thinking random things on my own. And I would much rather like if this is like date, I'd probably want to like have someone more fun. But if I'm gonna freaking marry them, then like they have to understand me emotionally. And they can like if I find something funny, like and they don't have to find it funny. That's fine.
And it's like so hollow, don't you think? Like, okay, yeah, you guys make each other laugh, but like how long are you happy after you laugh? Like it's like a few
Yeah.
seconds, right? And
And
especially for Maddie, like think about the type of humor she likes. Like she likes it when people say, I farted, right? So like let's say she had a husband that didn't understand her emotionally, but he would say every 5 minutes, I farted, I farted.
that was
And it's
stupid.
like that would not be a good relationship. And
But
sure,
okay,
Maddie might chuckle, but
I think like if like he was like super funny and we always had a good time, but like if I ever got upset at something and he couldn't understand what he did wrong or like couldn't understand, or if, he got upset at me and I'm like trying to explain but he didn't understand, like that like frustration would carry over into those moments that we have fun with each other. So I think that there's a clear answer. So Miss Beaver, thanks
But
for the target on my freaking head.
Why did Miss Beaver ask this question? That's what I want to get into.
Because
It
she
sounds
thinks
like
that that's like that's where that would like rock my brain, but it's not. You didn't get me this time.
no, no, no. I think Miss Beaver is actually in this very predicament. I think Miss Beaver has a
It's
Mr.
you?
Beaver. No, it's not me, but
Oh,
our
in this predicament. I thought you were like
yeah,
in this call. I was like, it's not me.
yeah.
It's you.
No, no, no. I think Miss Beaver has a Mr. Beaver one who is like emotional and he's like a nice
No, it
guy,
sounds
but he's
targeted.
not that fun. And she has another Mr. Beaveris number two
That
that
reminds me.
what?
There's like a movie or something with what's her face? One of the Olsen girls, Wanda. And they go to heaven and she meets her first love but who died young. Do you know of it? But then also her husband of like 65 years is also there and she has to choose one person to live with the rest of her life with, and like that's the story.
I would choose my first love because like
You should watch it
65 years with someone like pretty
okay
sure you'll be
she
pretty tired of them by then, you know, like you already know everything that is to know. So,
mm-mm, it's wrong, it's wrong.
it's wrong.
Yeah.
Okay. Sure. So, do you think we answered the question satisfactorily?
I mean it's just a would you rather.
Well, we hope that helped Miss Beaver.
I'll
Should we
highlight
go
it
on?
so we have 10 minutes,
Okay.
or
Here's the
no we have
next
yeah
question.
13.
Sometimes I have a really hard time getting up and going outside after work or on the weekends. It's just so easy to lounge around indoors all day. Any tips on forcing yourself to do things and go outside? From a procrastinator. Interesting. What do you think?
um well that's low-key me. Am I being targeted again? um I think you have to get into like a certain mindset. It's like if you really actually feel bad about like staying indoors all day, like you'll do something about it. But it's like if you're kind of okay with just being indoors all day and like you confront yourself and accept the fact, okay, I'm gonna just waste this day doing nothing and playing games and whatever, then you're fine. But if it is something that's really important to you, like if you have friends around, make a plan a week in advance so that you have to stick to it, so that someone else is kind of accountable for your outing. Um I live with my mom, and so sometimes like I know if I ask her like, "Hey, want to do something tomorrow?" it'll like lock me in cuz she'll be like, "Wake up, like get up, get ready. We're going to TJ Maxx." Like it'll help me stick to my goals. And yeah. So I think you just need someone who can be accountable for you. Or if you have nobody around, buy like a museum ticket in advance to that on that day, or a movie ticket so you have money keeping you accountable. Um and then I think, as you can, obviously you don't need to spend money every Saturday, but if you, as long as you keep doing this, you can make a habit of like, you wake up on a Saturday and you're like, okay, I gotta go out. And then at some point, you don't have to spend money. You can go to the park or whatever. What do you think, Philip?
Yeah, I agree. I think there's definitely a help with some outside, like motivating thing to get you to get up, right? So like if you make a plan with a friend, like you're gonna get up and you're gonna do it, right? Um, because you made that commitment to them and you don't want to be rude to them, and it's just like, okay,
Like a
I'll do it for them.
podcast.
Yeah, exactly. But I think like you have to ask yourself, like, what do I really want to do? Like, do I really want to go outside, or do I really want to stay inside? And it sounds like they think they really want to go outside, but for some reason, they don't know why. They just prefer, or they just end up staying inside, right? So I think like a good question to ask yourself is like, what would make it easy for me to go outside? If there was
Ooh,
$1 million
what would make
on
it
the
easy to
park
go outside?
bench, like you would go, right? Like that's easy, right? What if there was $10,000 on the park bench?
True. You know what you should do? The night before, go to a park, hide your wallet somewhere, and go home so that you have to wake up early to go get your wallet back from the
Mm,
park.
yeah. Well, I guess like the point is like look for the threshold of like what makes it worth it for you, or what makes it easy and worth it for you to go outside. So like is it one
That's
hundred
good
dollars on the
advice.
park bench that would make you go, right? And then so like you can kind of like start weighing the value of things, like okay, like is playing video games inside like better than going to the park? And then like I think another thing is like it sounds like this person works from home, right? Doesn't it sound like that?
Like that they, like, because they stay home all day, they want to go outside,
Yeah,
but
yeah,
they're already so comfortable inside.
yeah. So it's like there's like an inertia thing.
Mm.
um I think you have to be aware of what is blocking you. I've had an experience where I felt very blocked. Like internally, there's like a reason why I couldn't do something. But then it got unblocked, right? And I was able to do that thing. So sometimes you're sitting at home inside and you're like, something in your head's like, it would be nice if I went outside, but something is stopping me from going outside. So you gotta look inwards and like what is it? Is it a lack of energy? Is it that my mind feels foggy? Like try to like figure out what it is that is making it difficult for whatever reason to get outside, and then like ask yourself, is it really that difficult, or does it just seem difficult? You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Like sometimes it feels harder than it really is, but you only know that by really observing and
Mm.
asking yourself that question. So that would be
So
my
my
take.
answer is accountability, and your answer is think about, reflect on your
Yes.
intentions and your desires and your motivations. And that will
Yes.
help you either choose to go outside
Yep.
or be okay with just staying inside.
Yeah. But I do agree, Maddie, that sometimes like you just have to go outside because you know it's gonna be healthy for you in the long run, even though you don't want to do it right
Vitamin
now. And
D.
that's when
Yeah.
the accountability does help to get things
Mm-hmm.
rolling. All right, you want to read the next one, or
We
should I
can
read
do
it?
one last one. Sure. How from M. It's not me. How do you know when a girl or guy likes you? I am receiving some mixed signals from my crush, and I was wondering from your guys' experience, what are some signs? Ooh, you have a crush. You have a crush.
Ooh. M
Okay.
and her crush, his or her crush, sitting on a tree. KISING. Well,
Sending SENDINGMIXEDSIGNALS.
hmm.
Okay. You want to start?
Do I want to start? Well,
It's a bit of a difficult question.
how do you know when a girl or guy likes you? I mean, it's a bit difficult. I mean, like, it seems
How about,
like.
are they asking for our experience of being flirted with or flirting?
Mm, I think being flirted with, but then we can also, with
But
empathy,
I
look at the
don't have a lot of
other party,
experience
right?
with that, unfortunately.
Mm,
I can't speak on that. You speak on it.
okay. I think you can look at the other person, right? Look at your crush, and then you can ask yourself a question. Is this person evil? Is this person stupid?
What?
Like, I think these are important things because, like, if
Oh,
this
oh,
person is
okay. I know where you're
evil,
going.
then they might be sending you mixed signals just to mess with your mind, just because it's fun.
Or they
It's like a
like the
power play.
attention. Yeah.
Exactly. And it's like, if they confuse you, then they have power over you because you want the
Oh.
answers, right? So, like, you gotta make sure, like,
Ooh.
is this person evil? And that's if at that point it doesn't matter. If the answer is yes, they're evil, you don't even need to worry about the mixed signals, right? The other question you need to ask yourself after that is this person just completely lacking in self-awareness that he or she doesn't know that they're sending me mixed signals? And then if that is true, then I don't know, maybe it's also time to move on to the next person because, like, do you really want to be with someone that's not self-aware to know that they're sending you mixed signals? But I know that in reality, it does not go as smooth as that. So we'll offer some grace to the lack of self-awareness and we'll tackle this issue. It's not so easy though. I don't know. If mixed signals, what do you think,
But we
Maddie?
can't leave them with I don't know.
Yeah,
I think you gave good advice. Think about if they're
yeah,
just like aura farming or if they're
yeah,
just like dense and you know that they're kind of dense.
yeah.
Well, personally, I don't have an experience with being flirted with, okay?
Really, Maddie, that is so disappointing.
What? Why?
You
The
have no
hell?
aura then. You have no motion.
I have aura. I feel like when you have to like adamantly say I have aura, please, 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 then you don't have aura. Um, I mean, if it's a girl that's flirting with you, like they'll want to spend a lot of time with you. They'll like if they're a little bit more bold, they'll do like physical touch, like hit you when they laugh, or they'll like look at you when I guess you can't really see if they're looking at you when you're not looking. But like trying like if you guys are like carpooling, then she'll want to go in your car, right? Like just spending time with you, right? I feel like it would be helpful if we knew what kind of mixed signals they
Right.
were getting, but then they would have to kind of disclose, those those experiences. A
Yep.
guy flirting, I genuinely don't know, and maybe it's because I don't really care right now. So like if you had to flirt with someone and okay, first of all, if they're asking you their MBTI and they said, "Oh, I don't think we would match," then they're probably flirting with you.
That means they watched the
But
podcast.
realistically, how do men flirt? Go on, Philip.
How do men flirt? It depends on how confident they are and how like
Like,
in the game they are, you
imagine
know.
they're just not that confident, or they're like,
Mm,
it's kind of like, oh, you're friends, but like, you know, you're just kind of acquaintances, and you don't want it to be awkward.
yeah. Well, it's hard to know, but I will give some good advice. All right. And like definitely the move, you do not want to like stonewall them. You don't want to give like an indication that you're confused by them either. I think what you do is you start acting dense as well. You start acting dumb. So you act like you don't pick up on the mixed signals at all, right? And so then if they
Wait,
are sending you mixed signals, they're gonna adjust the signal to like
hi
clarify a
to
little
be
bit.
more intense.
Yeah, exactly. Like
Oh,
if you act like you
Philip, you're
don't
low
get
key
it,
onto
yeah.
something.
Yeah.
So it's like if they're intentionally sending you signals, this is what you're saying. I'm
Yeah.
just
Mm-hmm.
paraphrasing. If they're intentionally sending you signals and they're like, I hope she's receiving my signal or
Yeah.
he's receiving my signal.
Yep.
But like if you're acting dense and you pretend like you can't see the signal, they're gonna be
Yeah.
like, she's not getting it, he's not getting it. I
Yeah.
have to up the ante. And then the signals
Exactly.
will become more obvious. And
Exactly.
inside your mask, you're going to be like, I see who you truly are.
Exactly. Exactly. And the key here is you're not blocking the signals. You're just actually unaware that you're receiving signals, right? If you
Like, you
give
don't
yeah.
react to it. If they like
Yeah.
touch your hand, don't like. Have you seen that
Yes.
video? Have you seen that video of the guy of like they're in school and he goes like this to the girl and she goes like, she goes like that. Don't do
Mm-hmm.
that. Don't do that.
Yeah. But yeah. I don't know. Maddie, have you ever sent mixed signals to someone?
I mean, that's kind of. I think it's kind of evil. I wouldn't do that. Also, it's like if I ever did like somebody, like I said, I would just try to spend a lot of time with them. Because if I like them, that means I liked to spend time with them, you know? And then it's also like, this brings up another, I know we're like kind of over time, but maybe this can be a topic for the next episode. Like, if I tell somebody, like, okay, I'll be very vulnerable and honest here. I've always been the person to like someone first and then like I just confess. I've told you this, like I'm always the confessor, okay? Which is weird because I'm the girl, right? Isn't it normally the guy? But for me, it's like I want to know the answer, whether it's a good or bad answer. I always had this like weird thing where in school, if I took a test but I didn't really know any of the answers, I still wanted to know what grade I got because I'm just so curious what the answer is. So for me, it's like if I could, going back to the original topic, if it were me, I would just confess, and if they said no, then like I just don't like them anymore. Because for me, it's like if I get the feeling like, oh, they also enjoy spending time with me, then like, oh, then I like that, right? Like that attracts me to them. But then if someone tells me, I don't like you or like I don't think of you that way, then instantly like it's gone. I'm just like I'll be sad and stuff, but like I don't even want to try. Cuz I don't want to be with someone who doesn't like me, right? Which is why in this situation with mixed signals, it's hard to know because or do they just genuinely spending time with you, right? And then you also don't want to be like, hey, so do you like me or not? It's a little pretentious, a little entitled.
Right.
What do you think?
But it also depends not only on the person sending the mixed signals, and I would say I low key will send mixed signals, kind of as like
You're
a
evil.
probing,
He's a man. Of course, he sends mixed signals and
but
manipulates
like
women.
it's like,
What a manipulative, conniving dictator!
but it's like kind of like an innocuous like probing thing. Like you're like
No, you're just a man and you're evil. I can't believe you do that.
it depends on
Women,
how.
watch out!
I do agree it's not the best, but like it's something I have done for sure before, and um like you kind of just, it's like kind of there they might not be liking you, they might not be into you, they just want to probe whether you would be interested in them,
Stop
right?
saying probe.
Or like they're trying to figure out how, like, depending on how you respond to their mixed signals, they will know whether you would be interested in them, right? But it's kind of a sign of like an insecure man, I think. So it's not ideal.
I mean, you can also do that in like potential like friendships, not like probing,
Yeah.
like 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 secretly
Right,
flirting with them.
right.
It's kind of like you can send out a little like some like a something that you more something you would do with a personal friend and see how they receive it. So I know what
Right.
you're saying, but it's like you
Yeah.
shouldn't just be seeing people as your potential relationships because it's
Yeah.
kind of evil. You should know people for who they are first.
Yeah. But I think now that I think about it, like that's kind of what like building tension is like you're both sending each other like some kind of mixed signals, and then like it'll eventually clarify. But if you actually really like this person, it's gonna be hard to send them mixed signals, right? So like in that case, I would suggest that you just act dumb.
Just why don't you just send them like normal signals? Like why does it have to be mixed?
Because it's like kind of fun a little bit, I think. But all right,
What a manipulative conniving dictator.
here's another thing, and this is not gonna be super nice, but we all know that one person who thinks that they're receiving mixed signals, but it's like 99 signals to the no and one signal to the yes. You know what I'm saying? And then like you have to ask yourself, is this really a mixed signal? Like if one thing that they said could be
Wait, okay,
misconstrued
yeah.
into showing him like having interest in me, but 99 other things show that he doesn't have interest in me. Like you need to be realistic.
That
Like
yeah. To our inquirer, M, it's like we don't know who you are obviously, but it's like there's some people who will just like kind of get oh my eye will like get delusional and like think something's like there that isn't,
yeah.
and we'll
And
just be like, oh my gosh, he likes me. And I'm not saying that that's what you're doing, but
yeah. Like if this was not your crush and just some random dude, would you still think it's a mixed signal? Yeah.
oh, good question.
Yeah. All right, is that all we have time for? We have 15 questions. We
Yes.
only got through 3. Wow, this is content
No,
for days.
it's supposed to be long and only be it's only supposed to be one, I think, depending on the complexity.
Really?
Ah, where is it?
What happened?
Oh, there's an eyelash or a hair in a hadu hair in my eye, and I can feel it. But yeah, this is actually good content, and
Okay.
please continue to whenever you just have an interesting question in your mind, just throw up that Google form, you know. As you're watching this video, if you heard or if you thought of a question, put it in the form, and yeah, we can do like I know we start at 20 minutes doing it, but maybe we can start at 30 if we genuinely have nothing to talk about. But I feel like we talked about a lot of stuff today.
But I don't
Although
know.
we
We
were
talked
not
about like
fighting.
Panic at the Disco for like 10 minutes. Maybe people who don't care about Panic at the Disco will not be happy about that.
But a lot of people just listen while they're
True,
working
true,
or
true.
something. So
But
wake
I
up!
think, wow, that was loud. But I think hopefully the people's whose questions were answered, you had some insight from what we said that you can take away. And to the other 12 responses, we will get to you eventually. But how exciting. I'm quite pleased. I feel like I enjoy answering these questions.
But every time I ask you a question, you always never like to answer it.
Well, it is what it is.
All right. This has been the 13th episode of
I don't hate you.
I Hate Your
Opinion.
Opinion.
Yeah. Peace out.
Yeah.